So the instructions say turn the AC power back on, which I have.
Oh my God.
It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. Oh, I wonder. Oh, I just wonder.
We have booked a trip to go boondocking for a few days, which is very exciting because we haven't done that since we did it the Harvest Host trip, which was cool and went very
Prince
well.
William Forest.
We did go to Prince William Forest boondocking, yeah. However, both of those times the temperature was fine. This time we're going at the end of July or early August, can't remember, and we're going to be in Atlanta, which is going to be really hot, and we're very concerned. We are likely not taking the dogs because we are concerned about that, but we're still going to need AC because it's going to be crazy hot even overnight. So we have a generator, which is right here. The big issue we have is that our generator, last time we tried it, we couldn't run both ACs off it. So what I'd like to do today is I'm going to try running both ACs off this generator. It's a 4500 watt dual fuel Westinghouse, which we love. And then when it doesn't work, I mean, if it works, fantastic. If it doesn't work, which I suspect it's not going to work, hidden on the trail, thank you guys, put us in touch with the RV Soft Start guys, who have sent us a couple of RV soft starts. Now these are expensive, sorry, Soft Start RVs. These are pretty expensive, but now that we know we're going to need it, we've typically always been, another one, typically always been in RV parks and we've never had an issue. We're 50 amp, we just run the AC, whereas we want to do things a little bit more exciting now. So
what does this actually do?
So, okay, I'm not an electrical engineer and you should never talk to me about electrical stuff, okay? However, they've assured me I can do this. I did get some instructions, I'll talk you through that in a moment. But basically, if you think about when an AC starts, to kick it in and to get it running takes a lot of power. Like think about it, if you're on a bike, right, an exercise bike or something, right, so you're on an exercise bike, you have to put a lot more effort in initially to get the bike going. Once it's at that speed, you can just kind of crawl along, right? It's not a big deal. So think about that with power. So when you turn your air conditioner on, you hear that big burst of power going to turn it on and get the compressor going. And then once it's running, it kind of just runs smooth. So in theory, our generator can run both of these ACs.
It just can't start them.
It just can't start them.
Righto.
So basically what this does is this basically pulls in a bunch of power, stores it all up in here like a battery, and then when that first jolt needs to go to start the AC, it takes it from this rather than directly from the generator. So this takes the brunt of that start power, and then once that's got the power and it's kicked in, then this will kick in and keep it going.
So a soft start.
It's called a SoftStart RV. How cool is that? What a convenient name. It's amazing. It's amazing. They called it that, and that's exactly what it does. Fantastic. Right, anyway, let's go plug the generator in and see what happens. Kick on the generator, then I'm going to run inside and hit one AC, let that run for a moment, and then I'm going to hit the other AC and see if this cuts off. So you stay here, watch this, I'll go and do the turning on. Generator is on, running in. I will turn on the first AC unit, which is 15,000 BTU in the main kitchen area. Wait for that to kick in. Okay, took a little while, but it just kicked in. I think everything's working fine there. Now let me go and, so our bedroom one is also 15,000 BTU. Oh, I heard the generator coughing a bit there. I haven't even turned this one on. Right, I'm going to turn on the bedroom one now, which is 15,000 BTU, and the generator should error. It should carry on running, but it should error and turn these off. Okay, they're both on. I can hear them both running. This is on a generator through a 30 amp. It's a 4500 watt generator, 30 amp. There we go. Okay, right, they both turned off. I thought they were going to work then, and I thought I wouldn't have to install these units, but no, they have both cut off. Right, let's go back to Natalie and see what the generator says. All right, hopefully you can hear me. So that happened exactly as we thought. So the overload light flashed up on here, and the generator is still running, but I'm guessing it's cut off the circuit to the rig because it's just basically just overloaded it. It couldn't cope. So that's cool. Right, so that proves our point. I need to go and install the units and figure out how to do that. I'll explain that on the roof. All right, so the very first thing you need to do before you even order it, actually, I would suggest, is you need to take the cap off your AC unit. It's very, very simple. It's just 4 Phillips screws. For ours, they just look like this. Ours is a Dometic unit. You take off the front 2, and then there's 2 at the back you take off, and the cover just slips off. If you can't do that, you shouldn't be doing any more, but that is very, very simple. Okay, the next thing you need to do is look at the unit. On the side there is a unit here, and it will have a sticker saying what your model number is. It's important for 2 things. One, to make sure the system works with this. I think almost every single RV AC unit is covered by this, but you might want to check with them first. You can also check on their website. And the other thing is you need to know about the wiring diagram. So I got our model number, I did a search for it. Ours is the Dometic Brisk 2, I think. Both of our units are the same. And then you go on their website, you click on support, and it gives you wiring diagrams, and you can print off a nice fancy sheet with every single little instruction that you need to do. It gives you a wiring diagram there, so I'm going to check that is the same, and then it tells you exactly what wires to unplug, which ones to plug in where, and how it all fits together. So the biggest decision is going to be, where am I going to put it in here? Because I do obviously need it up here. I don't want it out in the elements, so I'm just going to try and tuck it in maybe in here somewhere. But let me figure all of that stuff out. I'm going to wire it up. I'm not going to do a how-to because, like I said, I'm not an electrical engineer, but I'll show you basically the process and what we need to do, and then we're going to test it and make sure we can run both of these ACs on the generator, which is going to be amazing. All right, so we spent about 20 minutes just connecting all the wires. There are 5 wires coming out of the SoftStart RV. I followed their instructions. Dead simple. You unplug a few things, you plug some stuff in. The only things I've used is a crimping tool, which I already had. You can use a pair of pliers, but I had this crimping tool which worked great just to put some ends on, clip them in, and a flathead screwdriver and a Phillips screwdriver. So all the wiring is done. I'm confident we've done it right. Natalie has double checked my work, and now we're going to go turn it on. So there are some instructions here that tells you how to test it when you turn it on, so we're going to go and follow that, and then hopefully we should see a green light on here. All right, Natalie is sat above me. You can see the air conditioning unit here. You can see the light coming through because we don't have the cover on. So the instructions say turn the AC power back on, which I have. You can
It like pulled the yellow wire tight. Hold on.
It's not on. Oh, it is on.
Hold on, it stopped the fan. Hold on. You need to stop it. Okay. The fan's trying to go, but it's tangled in this wire. It's trying to go. Hold on.
I've turned it off.
Okay, that's why they say to secure the wires then.
Okay, so what just happened was I didn't secure the wires because we were only testing it, and even though they were out the way of the fan sucked them in, and one of the wires got wrapped around one of the blades. So luckily Natalie was up here and managed to pull that off. My bad entirely. It does say secure the wires. I just thought we'd be all right for a quick test. Anyway, so after moving that, we tested it again just to make sure that it was working. This was all out the way. Since then, we have tidied everything up. We've stuck this in place. I'm quite happy where it is. I've pulled the cables tight and cable tied them, or zip tied them out of the way, so that's not going to happen again. We have just finished the other unit, and so now we need to go and test it properly. We know they're working. We saw the green light on there, and so now we're going to go and make sure they both work at the same time. Okay, so we installed the other one, finished everything up, put it all back together, got the wires out of the way, got it all tidy in there, put the caps on, and now Natalie's going to hit the generator on, and then I'm going to go in and see if both air conditioning units are going to work. Hit it. Here we go, let's turn this one on. Okay, this one is on high 55. Let's just see if this turns on first. Okay, that's on. Okay, that's fine. That worked before. It's getting a bit dark now, so hopefully you can see better. Okay, now this one. Both at 55 degrees. Winner. They're both on. They're both working. Let me just run outside, make sure the generator's looking all right. Still going. Is it good, Natalie? So Natalie's here, and it hasn't shut off. There's no overload protection sign or anything, so nice work, Natalie.
Thank you.
It's all you. Well, thank you, SoftStart RV, for sending us these. This is brilliant. So now we can boondock in a few weeks' time in the middle of August in Atlanta without any problems at all. That's going to be great. Obviously we need to buy a whole ton of gas for the generator for a few days, but so that's cool. And then thank you to Hinton the Trail for putting us in touch, and also they have a great install video. It's much longer than this, but it goes through all the details on how you do it, and the SoftStart RV guys are there as well, so definitely go and check that out if you want to do this. But thank you for watching. Please hit like, subscribe, hit the bell button. We know that so many people out there don't hit the bell button. We can see it on the analytics. I can't see who, but we do see that people don't hit that, so please hit that. It's the air conditioning. It's really hot in there. Anyway, we'll see you next week.